Pop culture back in 2016, hindi siya battlefield. Tambayan siya. So balikan natin yung pinanggalingan ng kalat, no? These are the top 10 moments that defined the iconic year of 2016. Back in 2016, no, we had the Mannequin Challenge. Ito yung moment nung 2016 na collectively, nag-decide tayo na, sige, itigil natin ang lahat para sa clout. Biglang lahat may mannequin challenge, no? Office, classroom, barkada, kahit barangay hall may production number. Ganda. Walang trending TikTok song, walang choreography coach, coordination lang, dasal at isang kaibigan na sisigaw ng walang gagalaw. You know what's funny about it? Kasi hindi siya pagalingan eh. Hindi rin naman siya pagandahan. About siya sa pakikisama. Kasi kahit mali yung pwesto mo, kahit pangit yung angle mo, no? Isasama ka pa rin. Because 2016 was all about doing things together. Hindi pagiging perfect. You know, the Mannequin Challenge worked because walang bida, walang kontrabida, lahat extra, lahat importante. Sobrang bobo niya. And that's exactly why it worked. Because before we learned how to curate our lives, we had to freeze our lives together. Ganda. You know, back in 2016, Miss Universe had Maxine Medina. Yung taon na yun, no, we all decided na, sige, gawin nating group project ang Kaba. The country had one job. Manalo ulit ng Miss Universe. The goal was back-to-back daw, na para bang may punch card ang Miss Universe. So when Maxine showed up, hindi siya contestant. Siya ang thesis defense ng buong Pilipinas. Every interview, may pronunciation audit, yes, and every answer, may colonial checklist. Twitter turned into an English teacher, a body language coach, at an unsolicited life mentor. And let's be honest, no, ang harsh natin. Harsh! Na para bang may scorecard sa confidence, yes? At parang kasalanan ang kaba. And after all that noise, lahat ng lait, lahat ng kaba, lahat ng, ay, ba't ganyan? Ito yung nakakatuwang part about kay Maxine. Hindi siya umiyak, hindi siya nag-meltdown, hindi siya nag-explain, ngumiti lang siya. Ngiting, hindi siya nanalo, pero hindi rin siya nagmukhang talo. Rampang palaban, tuwid ang likod, smile ng babae na hindi bumigay kahit kinakabahan. No? And honestly, sa dami ng expectations na binuhos natin sa kanya, that ending was enough. Very 2016, very Pinay. Iconic. Back in 2016, we had beer pong. And let's be clear, no? Beer pong is not a game. Ito ay isang social experiment disguised as a sport. Kasi una mo siya may kita no? Mukha siyang elite, no? Pang cool. May formation, may triangle, may crowd. Na para bang may rule book to, no? In fact, mukha siyang Olympics na pang table tennis, pero pang lasing. Pero the truth is, no? 9 out of 10 of the shots, hindi pumapasok. Hindi dahil mahirap, kundi wala namang marunong. And karamihan ng oras, like, hindi ka naglalaro, naghahanap ka ng bola. Tama, mali. At yung bola, nalaglag sa sahig, sa ilalim ng mesa, sa paa ng lahat ng taong hindi mo naman kilala by 2 a.m. At pag na-shoot finally, congrats. No? Iinumin mo ngayon yung beer na nilublob ng ping-pong ball na may buong life journey. Yung bola na nahulog, na ipasa-pasa, na apak-apakan, at nakita na ang tunay na anyo ng mundo. Kadiri? Oo. Deal breaker? Hindi. Walang umaatras. Kahit alam mong mali. Kahit alam mong dugyot. Kasi 2016 logic was simple. Huwag ka maarte. Lahat naman iinom. Game ka ba o hindi? This was peak 2016, no? Wala pang COVID nung panahon na to. Diyos ko. Walang gloves, walang sanitizer, just vibes, at peer pressure. And somehow, masaya. Because it was 2016. At tong panahon na yun, parang di pa rin naman natin iniisip kung tama yung ginagawa natin eh. Basta't masaya tayo, tama mali. Back in 2016, we had Aldab. And let's be honest, no, Aldab was the only time in the whole Filipino history na we all agreed na every lunchtime, manonood tayo. Dalawang tao sa split screen, no, hindi nag-uusap, hindi naghahawakan. Minsan nga hindi nagkikita eh. Pero feeling natin, no, kasama tayo sa relasyon. Isang ngiti ni Maine, isang kibot ni Alden, tapos may biglang essay sa Twitter, may prayer sa Facebook, at may tita na umiiyak sa sala. And when you think about it, no, ang lala ng rules of Aldab. No kissing, no touching, no resolution at all. Every episode felt like, ay, yan na, ay, hindi pala. And instead na mainis, mas lalo tayo na addict, no? Aldab proved something dangerous. Na kaya palang kiligin ang buong bansa na walang halikan, walang sex appeal, walang bilis, pure anticipation lang at collective delusion. And for one brief, unhinged era, no, sabay-sabay tayong naniwala. Hindi dahil perfect siya, kundi dahil sabay-sabay tayong nanonood. And honestly, that level of mass delusion at lunchtime, very, very fun, very, very unhinged, at very, very 2016. Iconic. You know, back in 2016, we had Kathniel versus Jadine. And let's be honest, no, hindi lang to love team rivalry.
Naging mainit talaga yung banggaan ng fans ng Kathniel at saka ng Jadine.
Meron kaming awkwardness ngayong dalawa kasi first of course, with the social media, the Twitter, the Instagram, parang nauunahan ng lahat ng tao bago pa kami mag-meet, diba?
Noong 2016, kung Kathniel ka o Jadine ka, may sinasabi yun sa pagkatao mo. At dito naging bastos ang laban. Hindi na lang siya kasi tungkol sa projects ng dalawa, moral alignment na siya. Kapag Kathniel ka, no, sasabihin nila, basic, traditional, safe choice. And kapag Jadine ka, sasabihin nila, pa-woke, pa-edgy, feeling main character. Araw-araw talaga puksaan sa Twitter. Every rating may scorecard. Every interview may Twitter thread. Na para ba siyang isang eleksyon na kailangan bumoto lahat. Pero here's the gag. Wala palang nanalo kasi nag-break rin naman sila. So ano yun, no? Wala. Nga. Lahat ng think piece, lahat ng bardagulan, lahat ng kami ang tama, napunta lang sa wala. And I think that is beautiful. Kasi akala natin pumipili tayo ng love team eh. Hindi pala. Pumipili tayo ng delusion. Yung isa, stability na pangarap lang. At yung isa, freedom na aesthetic lang. So in the end, walang nagwagi. I think wala tayong panalo tonight, no? Tayo lang yung naiiwan tapos napapatanong tayo, bakit ba ako sumali dito? Very walang closure, no? Very sayang ang emotional investment and it's very 2016. And honestly, deserve natin lahat yun. Let's talk about the most unserious betrayal of 2016. Ethel Buba on Twitter. Noong panahon na to, no, ang Twitter ay parang barangay hall. Lahat may opinion. Walang context, walang tone indicator. Pag witty ka, tama ka. And si Ethel, she was unstoppable. Every tweet parang may mic drop. Short, matalino, mapang-asar. Yung tipong i-retweet mo, tas sabihin mo, grabe, ang galing ni Ethel Buba. She became the patron saint, no, of clapbacks, quotable quotes, at moral superiority in 140 characters. Twitter loved her, no? Mapa-alter yan, mapa-stan Twitter, at mapa-normal lang. Mapa-normal lang na Twitter account. And Facebook screenshots loved her more. Ending, hindi pala siya yun. Hindi siya yun. Biglang lumabas na ang tweets ay sinusulat ni Charutism. Iconic. And collectively, yung mga baklang nakatira sa Greenfields ngayon, no, naghang ang mga utak nila. Ugang-uga ang buong bansa. At hindi pa tayo handa noon sa revelasyon na ganong level noong 2016. Naniniwala pa tayo na ang tweet equals tunay na pagkatao. Ganda! You know, Ethel Buba Twitter era taught us something without trying to teach us anything. Na ang internet ay hindi sa kung sino ka, kundi kung gaano ka ka-witty magmukhang tama. Very meta, very fake real, at very 2016. So when we say na miss natin ang 2016, hindi dahil mas maganda yung buhay noon. No? Mas magulo nga eh. Mas dugyot, pero mas sabay-sabay. Wala pang algorithm na naghihiwalay sa atin at wala pang natatakot na maging cringe. And maybe that's why hanggang ngayon, kapag binabalikan mo ang 2016, hindi ka lang tumatawa. May onting lungkot din. Kasi doon tayo huling naging sobrang kalat, wala masyadong iniisip, at hindi pa defensive ang mundo. Very chaotic, very unserious, and it's giving formative years no, Nido 3+ ang kanyang atake. And honestly, you just had to be there. Like and follow for more.